experts. Knows the answer to all possible questions. Anything you might want to know is stored right up here. So just raise your hand to ask him a question, and we'll let you know the perfect answer. Are you ready, experts?
Yes.
And then tally-ho!
Well, again, I'm the officer expert. I can answer any question, but I have one rule. Actually, two rules. The first one is I'm always right. Second rule, no follow-up questions. Katie.
When are you going to get a haircut, you hippie?
You see, I approached someone about that just the other day and said, I can't cut your hair, it's too beautiful. And then I just walked out ashamed and raggedy.
Why is the improv showing here and the off-center showing here?
Well, because we have to book things like really early, and then some other club, like the cat eating club or the dog eating club, some like large mammal eating club, like they just took it and we couldn't get it in time. Tip.
If a groundhog seeing its shadow means only 6 more weeks of winter, and Hal Ravichet has a giant weather machine that can control the weather, what happens if both of these powers activate at the same time, trying to counter each other?
The groundhog will then bury underground, but not just normal underground, like under the first 2 layers of crust. And then after that, it's going to start some big like groundhog army with the sheeple and all these people who are just so far underground. Eventually, they'll all come up through the groundhog hole and rip apart Hal Ravichet's weather machine and control the weather themselves with their minds. Colin has so many sweaters, he didn't even notice it was gone. So I was just walking by and suddenly he has such a high pressure of sweaters in his room and his float into like my ownership.
What's the difference between an anteater and an aardvark?
Okay, an aardvark is a lot happier than an anteater.
What accent came first, Standard American or the English
Could
accent?
you repeat that?
What accent came first, Standard American or the English accent?
Standard American has been around way longer than any other language.
How old is Francis Jones?
Francis Jones is 14 years old to the day. Happy birthday, Francis Jones!
What is technogenesis?
Repeat that.
What is technogenesis?
Okay, you have Dr. Frankenfurter from Rocky Horror, and he does all this biomedical research in his lab with like all these like sex people, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's his research. Good luck this summer.
Tatiana and I only see each other at theatrical places. Is she a figment of my imagination, or am I a figment of her imagination?
We can test this. Jethro, come with me. Say hello. Hello. Say hello. You're both figments of my imagination.
Well played.
Can you chemically break down purple grape?
Okay, purple grape. 15% grape, 75% mead, 10% this.
Can you explain why My Little Ponies is such a phenomenon amongst the internets?
Okay. The internet is made up of little girls. If you enter the internet and you're not a little girl, you then acquire the avatar of a little girl. Thus, My Little Pony becomes very popular.
Now, where does no.
Yes, you.
Will they ever invent another pastry-flavored number? I will be high.
Thank you. The answer, not doing that accent. The answer is yes. And it shall be 87 cake. Yes. It's a patent, I'm working on it. Yes.
You have a very fine hat that clearly has an epic story behind it. What is that story?
Ah, yes, you see, I gathered this hat when I was on tour in Zoolandia during the First War. Now, you see, I went off with the reconnaissance unit to find the Fountain of Youth to give Jerry what's for, right? So, with World War I with the Nazis. Well, I'm just so... Anyway, but I'm always right. And there, I saw this hat on a skeleton. And I walked to that skeleton and I said, "Oh, Lord Kensington, I presume." Yeah.
If it's neither here nor there, where is it?
Milwaukee.
On average, how long does it take you to grow any given facial hairstyle?
Well, let's test. Quickly.
What propels the human spirit forth to desire freedom and revolution?
A family-sized bag of Cheetos.
Can you spell Welton Chow?
Pardon.
Can you spell Welton Chow?
Felton
Please accent.
Yes, of course. D-E-N-G-U-E. Belgian.
Can you describe for me the behavioral patterns of a blind cave newt in heat?
Yes, the blind cave newt, a very rare specimen, native to Newark. Now, during the mating season, blind cave newts will try to mate with everything. Not as in every living thing, I mean every tangible object in their surrounding, because they're blind. They don't know any better, and a hole is a hole. So, if you see them during heat, they will be just humping walls left and right. You.
Who is going to win the race war known as Unity?
The Jews.
And Adolf Hitler had a baby. What would that child grow up to do in his life?
Now, let's assume that behavioral patterns are genetic, which they're not, but let's assume they are. He would be, or he or she would be savage, brutal, want to murder every living thing around them. However, from their mother, they would gain an interest to do good, charitable events, to help those around them, just for mere moments. So, Paris Hilton.
They have flannel in Victorian.
Yes, they do. But this flannel is produced by small children who are kidnapped off the streets by the child catcher. And they make flannel all day and night. And that torture makes it all the more comfy. Yes. Thanks.
What are the 3 most useful objects you can create from unused condoms?
3 most useful items you can create from unused condoms.
Unlimited amount.
Well, unused condoms, they're not being used. So, you can make hot air balloon. That's the good mainstay. You can make one of those stunt jump bags they use for movies when they jump off of buildings. Or you can make a baby. Say that one more time for everyone. You see, the flank is much more succulent on the here. When you bite it, it tastes much more delicious, and the face just it's really creepy. I don't like that thing. You!
How does that happen?
No follow-up questions. Hey, what's up?
Who to the witch now?
Pardon?
Who to the witch now?
Who do the witch now?
Who to the witch now?
Who to the witch now? What at the bitch ass shit? It's right!
If Steve Jobs and Bill Gates got into a fight, who would win?
Steve Jobs and Bill Gates. Well, seeing as one of them's dead, I'm gonna say Steve Jobs. Hey!
What time is it?
It's time to start this damn thing!
presented by the ladies and gentlemen of the off-center troop and approved by Her Royal Majesty, by the grace of God, of United Kingdom and Ireland, Defender of the Faith and Empress of India, Queen Victoria I. Now, I'm sure you're all anxious to get started with the comedy, so let's get underway with our first game, called Lost in Translation. Now, I'm going to need Sir Will, Sir Binder, Sir Zane, and Sir Franklin upon stage.
Bravo! Bravo!
Now, Sir Zane and Sir Franklin have recently traveled to the heathen lands and caught their barbaric tongue. Which language can they only speak now?
Swahili.
Engineer.
Engineer. You only speak engineer. Thankfully, Sir William and Sir Binder are expert engineer translators, and thus they will translate the following scene for you in real time. Now, brave improv practice, are you ready?
Quadratic formula.
My apologies, my most sincere apologies. I forgot. What is the suggestion for the scene itself? One word suggestion, please?
The engineer is in a pet store.
That is not one word.
Quebec.
Quebec. Now, brave improv nights, are you ready? Don't do it! Well then, tally ho!
Doctor Who?
Well, here we are in Quebec.
Quadratic equation of the tangent of the hypotenuse.
Oh, Canada.
Flapjacks. Concrete structure of reinforced steel, my little pony.
Can I get bananas on my flapjacks?
Simulink?
Bananas are dang good on flapjacks. E is equal to 2.16 squared.
Pancakes.
Shibboleth error.
These pancakes aren't cooked right. I should take it up with the chef. This professor sucks.
He's probably one of those snooty French-Canadian people who pretend to be French and all the French are pissy at them because they're not really French.
Do you have the solutions manual?
Let's go tell that professor / chef what's up. Radius is equal to hypotenuse squared of the tangent of calculus.
You suck ass.
What do you mean the call office won't get me a job?
I want a refund. Or belong to my humanities?
Or else, you jerk.
Pie.
Well, step right up. Die. Calculus, math, and derivatives, integrals.
Canada still is pretty okay.
Architects don't know how to speak engineer.
Exactly that. Fuck you!
Fuck you!
I can't understand your accent.
Let's go back to America.
Civil error.
Exactly that. Smashing, I'm sure you'd all agree. But now it's time to move on to our next game. Bridge the gap, or as I am told you say in the common Pennsylvania vernacular,
Bridging!
Sir David and Sir Declan on stage, please. Sir David and Sir Declan have found themselves in some mundane situation. What is the situation?
Autopsy.
Mundane.
Dropping off mail.
Dropping off mail. And somehow they have to bring this situation to a much more ridiculous one. What is the ridiculous situation?
Bear mating.
What was that?
Bear mating. Bear mating.
Bear rating. Yeah, I heard bear rating. Like rating bears. As in rating bears. You don't rate bears on their bareness?
Dropping off the mail. And bear mating.
Well then, whenever you're ready, tally ho!
Hello, miss. Here's your mail today. Thanks, strapping young lad. I'm just the mail boy. Oh, you're talented and you love mailing so much. Do you want to come inside for something to eat? I really have. Aw, shucks. Well, here in my kitchen, I have so many things that you can eat, such as pastries and warm milk to drink. Oh, you cutie pie. Shucks, man, this is really good. Keep me company while my husband's not home. You aren't nice at all. Why do you think my husband's never home? I thought he slammed mail. He kept sending you mail. I thought you had a great relationship. Just read my mail with me. Your husband is off bear hunting. Bear hunting? But I love bears. That's how we got together in the first place. Through our love of bears. Innocent male boy who has nothing to do with my life. We have to stop him from killing all those innocent bears. We have to save your relationship. Let's go! First, I need to finish my glass of milk. Let's hop into the mail truck. Okay, you can drive. All right, I think we're here. The grove where my husband likes to hunt bears. I read it in the mail. What's that over there? Oh, that's bushes. It is more disgusting than I could ever imagine to see. Please, relate to the audience, innocent male boy, how disgusting those people are in their nakedness. One of those is not a person. And the other is my husband. How could he do this to me? I don't know. It's a pretty ugly bear. I know, you think he'd have some standards. He married me, right? I'm hot. I'm pretty him. Yeah, look at this. She's hot. I mean, she's no bear, but... I'm trying to help. Yeah, be on my side. I'm the male boy. I'm the male. He doesn't know. Innocent male boy, thank you. Thank you for revealing to me the awful truth of my husband mating with the bears. Here, the letter for my divorce.
Quite amusing, quite droll. I quite agree. But enough of that, enough of that. Time to move on to our next game. An audience favorite, Lines from a Pocket. I'm going to need Sir Declan and Lady Gale up on stage. All Centre volunteers could please provide me with 6 of our most clever lines. Give them all a hat, whatever.
75. Close enough.
Now, I'm sure you all remember this game. The way it's going to work is Sir Declan and Lady Gale are going to perform a normal scene for you, and periodically they'll reach into their pockets and read one of the lines you wrote when you walked in. Pick 3 of them. They have to look in the scene no matter what it is. Now, what I need while they're picking lines is a one-word suggestion for their scene.
Vegan.
Vegans. Are the 2 of you ready? What is your suggestion?
Vegans.
Very good. Tally-ho!
So, I have this awesome book. It's called How to Hate People Who Are Vegans.
That's fantastic. I hate that bitch that keeps trying to give me vegan food.
I know, right? You know, I was in a cafeteria the other day, just enjoying the fact that I can eat things that animals produce from their body. And then the animal. And a vegan came up to me, looked me dead in the face, and they told me, I have waited long for this. That was also a carrot. I had to run for my life.
Oh my goodness.
Vegans are very, very rude.
Yeah, you can't really argue with that. I once ran into a vegan and she told me that I couldn't eat my cow because I didn't slaughter it myself. And I said, whoa, 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 that's going a little too far. I said, Jonathans are good.
Yeah, everyone knows that the people who slaughter cows are all named Jonathan. And they're all very good at their job. You know, let's figure out how to hate people who are vegans. Chapter 1. The vegan's worst enemy.
Okay.
The vegan's worst enemy is God hates losers. Turn to the light of God. God will show us the path to hate these vegans who are losers. Oh Lord Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, destroyer of vegans, please grant us the strength to hate.
I think God is trying to tell us something.
Are you seeing a vision, Gail?
I am. And he's saying that I am a brown coat.
Yes, I understand. Those who wear brown are rebels. Of Satan must be vegans. And they're rebelling against God. And hell's numbers are so great that God himself feels the rebel. We must join God's forces and destroy the rebel vegans.
So where are we going to join God's forces?
Over here. Let me draw my sword and proclaim to you, hordes of vegan armies of Satan, this battle cry, who will lead all of these non-vegan forces behind me to slay you by saying, sex me up, baby! You know, it's sin and love of meat and my man meat, and we will destroy you. I do too, Gail. I do too.
So, before we go in there, we have to make sure that we have a correct battle cry.
That was my battle cry. You two can have a battle cry.
But if we're going to go in there and have a battle cry that will actually scare them away, we might want to say, this is why we can't have nice things.
You're right, because I never read in the Bible that Satan gives nice things. Okay, he gives nice things, and then you die and go to hell, and he doesn't give you nice things.
No, he doesn't. So, before we go in there, we need to chop up this cow and take his bones to be vegans.
You're right, because this sword is not even close enough to killing all of those vegans. This sword and this fine edge, which I tempered for days, will not slice through all these vegans.
No, it won't.
You're correct, so I'm going to kill this one. Intelligent person I know.
Yes!
There, you have your bone, you have your cow bone, which is clearly more valuable than this sword.
Vegans will go running.
You got it, Gail.
I got it.
All right, so finally, let us offer our own individual battle prize to the vegan army. 60 up,
We
baby!
can't have nice things!
Tally ho! That's what a delightful time. Thank you.
I'm just simply blown away by our most impressive improvisers. But it's time to move on to our next game, called Build Up, Break Down. Now, this one I'm going to need Sir Viator, Sir Franklin, Sir Lorenzo, and most unusual, myself. Sir Decker, I had no idea.
Oh, is it as the great and glorious Queen has scripted it? Now, get in your line, bitch! Build Up Breakdown is a very unique game amongst us Victorian folk. You see, we like to take things slowly and to enjoy them to their fullest potential. So what we are going to do is we're going to take a scene with one person, and then add another, and have a completely new scene, and then have another person, and the fourth person, making 4 completely different scenes. And then we'll go away again, one by one, in the order in which the actors came, until we are left with but our first improver. Now, all we need is one suggestion from the audience.
Trouble, puppies.
Sex.
Oklahoma.
That I will call on.
Bathroom.
Your suggestion is bathroom.
Bathroom.
When you will, serve you.
Well, I just woke up. Now I'm in the bathroom. Time to brush my teeth. Wait a minute. Is someone playing a prank on me? This isn't a toothbrush. This is a bar of soap. Oh well. Oh my God. You're trying to eat your hand again. We talked about this. Okay, so I can bite my nails, but I can't eat my hand? Exactly right. This is what it means to be a vegan. How about my feet? Can I eat my feet? See, what's the problem with eating your feet? They're made of meat. Now, try to list of the things that you can eat right here. All right? Within this bowl is a gross mass of something called tofu. I want you to smell it. Yeah, I know, it's awful, right? No, but you're going to eat all of it. Right now. And you can't use silverware. You can only use carrots. I'll give it a shot. It looks like a finger. It tastes like my hand. See? Mother knows best. Mom. Try some? I would. It tastes like your hand. Mother knows best. Now don't finish your tofu right now, because there's all these other wondrous foods. The second one was that carrot. Wow, that's 2 foods in 1 meal. Isn't being a vegan amazing? Absolutely. The third is another bowl of tofu. And it tastes like your feet, like you like. How about that tree? Can I go to the next level and eat that tree? Oh, that's for advanced vegans. I think you're ready. You have to attack trees in packs. Let's move on.
Okay, adjustments. And stop. All right, we're almost ready for you. Something. Need some kind of jazz, some kind of pizzazz, some flair.
Pizzas.
Both of those things. We've got to turn up the Bollywood music and then eat pizza while we dance.
This is exactly what the Italian club needs to be doing in Cuba.
Awesome. Okay. And you're gonna direct?
Certainly.
Okay. All right. Get ready for Bollywood music, everyone. Because here's some Bollywood music, everyone.
Very interesting driving technique.
I call it the one-handed.
This guy, like, that's very good lever pulling technique. But this car's not going anywhere. We can't really fix it if you're just doing that stuff.
I can put both hands on this wheel, because I've been doing this the whole time. So the problem is you need both hands.
Yeah.
Also, my feet are nowhere near these pedals. As I'm sure you noticed, this is completely ineffective.
Oh, I was supposed to get silly.
Yeah,
Okay,
okay,
here. All right.
We're gonna get to the Play Store at no time.
I'll continue to work the stick shift.
Okay. I'll just help in the back.
Both hands, I need you to tell me which way to go, okay?
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna step out of the car and then give you directions.
All right, sounds great.
Okay, that could have gone better.
Yeah. I'll admit it was pretty racist. I don't know any words, just sounds. On the plus side, this pizza's delicious.
Oh yeah, pizza was fantastic. Wow, that was the best part. What if, instead of dancing, we just threw the pizzas to the audience? It's like a bribe. It's absolutely perfect, but we don't have enough ingredients. All right, I'm gonna run out, get more pizza ingredients, and then we're gonna make this the best unity we've ever done.
Chew the bark thoroughly. This isn't tofu. It resists. This one doesn't taste like my head. I know. That's the tree's hand. Sorry, you get it? All right. I'm gonna get your father. He's got to see this. I can't believe you're already killing trees. Great job. Proud of you, son. Oh man, this isn't my toilet. Someone replaced it with a crocodile.
That was something. Now it's time to move on to another game where we like to call 4 people in heaven. So I have Sir Zane, Sir David, Sir Lady Elizabeth, and Sir Colin. We're in this game our 4 Brilliant Top Knights have tragically deceased just recently. All on the same day. Most unusual. But they can't quite remember, so they're going to tell you the story. But first, what I need from you is, what is this young gentleman's name?
Colin.
Jack.
Jack. And what is Jack's profession?
Plumber.
Raise your hand, please.
Oh, Penguin Wrangler.
Raise your hand, please.
Penguin Wrangler.
Penguin Wrangler. And what is this gentleman's name?
Barry.
Barry. And what is Barry's profession?
Robot zombie.
Gynecology. Gynecology.
Barry the gynecologist.
What is this fine lady's name? Or so?
Explosions.
Explosions. And what is Explosions' profession?
African explorer.
African gentleman's name?
Joe Holiday. Joe Holiday.
Joe Holiday. And what is Joe Holiday's profession?
Transsexual. I am Jack the Penguin Wrangler.
I'm Barry the gynecologist. I'm Explosions, the African safariist.
I'm Joe something. I'm a transsexual.
Tally-ho!
Good evening. Name's Jack. I wrangle penguins. I penguin, if you will. I've been wrangling penguins for the last 15 years. It's been everywhere penguins are found. The South Pole, the North Pole. They're there. The Bronx. I have seen penguins everywhere, but there's one dark, mysterious continent I have not wrangled penguins. Africa. That's quite reasonable, because there are no penguins in Africa. Or so I thought. A mysterious tip line from the Sci-Fi Channel told me that a penguin who lives in Africa. And I just had to wrangle that son of a bitch. So I got my ticket, and I got on that plane, and I went to Africa. When I landed in Africa, I stepped off and I looked at this vast, dark continent before me. I thought, where do I start? Where? So I walked through town and thought I could gather any leads on the mysterious penguin of Africa. And that's when I walked into the office of a seemingly unassuming medical clinic.
Sup, bros? I'm Barry. I study bro dinosaurs. Dinos.
Wow, that actually hurt. Your face
My studies, guys, dude, had taken me to Africa. And I had brought with me the League of Misunderstood Names and Professions. With me, the gynecologist, was Explosions, the woman who had nothing to do with explosions, and Joe something, and that's actually his last name. We had taken a trip, we were studying. We were thinking, what were the gynos doing here? When the penguin wrangler walked into my store, shop, study.
I'm Explosions. I go by X, it's shorter. I've been living in Africa, in Cape Town actually, for the past 2 months. I've come to know many great African beasts. My favorite of which is the gyno. It's a historic creature which struck my fancy because it studied the Great Birth Canal. That's actually a canal that leads to the Victoria Lake. Not actually. So I met up with a group of very specialized individuals. There was Barry, and there was Joe. I don't really remember. Something, maybe? But we had a plan, and it was a great plan. We'd start with, obviously, my key utility. Dynamite. And thus is my name. So we gathered all of the nitroglycerin I could stockpile in the matter of 2 months, which I lived in Cape Town. Being dead now, that's all the time I had. And thus we began preparing for the great day of all days when we'd find the dinosaur.
Hey guys, I'm Joe something, and I'm a transsexual.
Damn, someone's circling the wagon. What? Someone's
I have been finding a lot of trouble fitting in, so I went to the one place that transsexuals are most accepted, Africa. That is not the case, apparently. So I was in Cape Town for a little while with my boyfriend who wrangles penguins. Yes, that may be construed as a double entendre. Anyways, so I meet up with this ragtag group of really cool yet pretty understated individuals going on a quest to find a dinosaur, which sounds pretty erotic. I'm not into that. And so we were about to start off on our quest. We had a lot of dynamite. And we actually found out that the dinosaurs lived in the volcanoes that are in Cape Town. And so we went towards the volcanoes. And yeah.
So as you can see, it was most fortuitous I stumbled into this clinic room study place. Because I had read in my long years of penguin wrangling that birds and dinosaurs shared a common ancestry. Perhaps I could trace the lineage and behavioral patterns of the African penguin with the dinosaur. So we banded together the explosions, this guy, and my sexy man friend. It was going to be one hell of a trip, folks. So then after learning that they resided in the volcanoes, we took our dynamite and we set off into the volcanoes, all the miles, ready to take on whatever danger we may find. We climbed up the side of the volcano. We climbed and we climbed and we climbed. Finally, we came to the caldera and we looked down. And there we saw an entire flourishing community. Dinosaurs and penguins living together. Just fucking each other all day. The genetics were being blended. It was the most brilliant scientific discovery since gravity. And so I turned to Explosions, this guy, and I said, oh, this is going to be awesome. And we left into the caldera.
Barry. Barry and Joe. I expected you would remember our names after we had gone through the entire ordeal. We leapt head first into the dinosaurs and the penguins. I knew the proper greeting was to stick my fist out and give it a bump. Unfortunately, the first dinosaur was a Ginosaurus Rex. His tiny little arms couldn't make fists. I reached out my fist, and he swept down, the claw pierced through my arm. I looked towards what's-his-face. Help me! Help me! Help me! He was preoccupied with his penguins as I was standing there swinging
by the tiny arm, I asked him to kill me. And he did. And I thought he knew my name. I thought that meant something. But we're just not bros, I guess. That's okay, I'm kidding. Oh! But as for the rest of the team, they suffered as well.
After my faithful comrade, his name's Barry, he told me this once we arrived in heaven, but I had forgotten it by this point. It didn't seem so good. We were trapped in this pit. You could almost compare it to, yes. And we were surrounded by the dinosaurs and by the penguins. None of us had ever seen animals quite this fierce before, because with all the genetic manipulation that was going on down there, they had become super species. But we were prepared, for in my sack, I had all of the nitroglycerin, which we had prepared by wrapping in very, very thin, very flammable paper that was coated in, actually, hairspray, which is quite flammable itself. So as we landed, and we're down there, in the mud and in the mud, on the good day. I take my transsexual accompaniment and my penguin wrangler. We join hands as one homosexual being. And we accosted the dinosaurs and the penguins, and we had no idea what would happen. It's the nitroglycerin in my sack.
It was at that point that I realized the hairspray was actually mine. Taking offense to that, I wanted it back, naturally. So I grabbed the sheets of paper, a little too vigorously, I might say, and we were just sitting there, just going back and forth with this piece of paper, and then it just got really slippery and fell backwards into the lava, and it was just one miraculous explosion out of this cave, and we all died.
What the fuck? Anyway, our next game, which is my favorite, Lines from a Pocket again. Matthew and Lady Elizabeth on stage. Who's Matthew? Matthew. I don't know that he goes by any other name. And of course, the hat. If you've all forgotten how this game works by now.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Alright, but while they're picking their lines, we need a one-word suggestion for their scene.
Coffee room.
Not, raise your hand. You.
leprosy.
Very good. Most Yeah. One of you two are ready? Tally-ho!
What seems to be
person who walked into my doctor clinic thing.
I noticed my toe fell off.
You have to wear an open-toed sandal in the lab. Well, oh wait, it's not just that. You may have leprosy. Have you considered taking medicine for it? They got medicine for leprosy now.
You're kidding.
There is leprosy medicine you get prescribed. Dobby is free.
So I'm like Dobby?
You're like Dobby. Also, Dobby shows up and frees you.
I feel like I have my whole life ahead of me now. I thought I was gonna die because I was itching and my body parts were starting to rot.
That's
but-
leprosy.
What's the vector, Victor?
It's leprosy. You have leprosy.
It did lead me astray.
There you go, sure. There are also treatments for leprosy that are like physical therapy to get that toe back in working order. I can show you right now.
Please.
So you want to take your leg and you want to kick it, but as you kick it, you have to say these few words. You're like a bitch with no ass. You ain't got shit. Part of the process. That's a whole different problem, the package.
I can't kick anymore.
There's a saying we in the medical profession have for someone who can kick and has the package. Never got to use it before. I'm so glad you showed up. Basically, what I have to say is, this is the gayest Pinocchio I've ever seen.
Why would I lie about all these conditions? It's like I have this crazy disease, which makes me lie all the time. Don't blink. You can't blink.
I won't. See how this works. No.
Did you get it? I said it telepathically.
Take it a second. Don't worry, just as long as you don't blink.
You getting it?
No. You get it? There you
Why? There's no cure for that either?
go. No cure for the package. No cure for leprosy. I'm a fake doctor, fuck you.
As you can see, the number one thing we practice here at Home Center is ethics.
What?
But still, quite a smashing good time, would you agree?
No. Pistols at dawn.
So in the meantime, let's move on to our next game, slideshow. I'm going to need Sir Declan, Sir Kevin, Sir Will, Lady Gale, and Sir Lorenzo on stage. Sir Lorenzo the hero has earned his title. But let's move on to the game. The way this game works is Sir Declan here has recently come back from a trip to the heathen land. What heathen land did he just come back from? It could be anything.
Asgard.
Asgard. Asgard.
Asgard!
Yes, that's right.
Asgard!
Sir Declan is going to give a short presentation using slides, represented by the other four improv nights, and let us know all about what happened on this trip. Now, are you all ready?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Hi everyone, I'm Jeff, and I recently went to Asgard, it's a place kind of like heaven, kind of like Mount Olympus, it's one of those places. You all know what it is. But I went there you see, I am an off-centerologist, and off-centerology is sort of like the study of trying to find things that are funny, because off-center likes to be funny. So I decided to go to Asgard to see if anything there would ever be funny ever. So, yeah, this is my first slide, and this is me arriving at Asgard. Yes, so the entrance to Asgard it's actually really funny because it's kind of like the drama masks, except instead of like sad face and a happy face, it's like an evil demon and a jubilant hero. And they're kind of always being built because Asgard is really windy, and so there's lots of like wind shear that is breaking down the like eternal granite, whatever the fuck it's made out of. So they have like plebeian workers over here, like always hammering them out, and they told me not to touch or talk to them. So I just had one of the like gods take a picture of me by the statues. Because who doesn't want a picture by two fucking giant statues? So here's me. The first night, there's a big feast they had for me. They were like, we would love to have mortals at Asgard because no one believes in this anymore. I was like, great, hospitality. Click. Turns out, one of the reasons why no one worships these gods anymore is because they did not condone table manners. You see, I am to the left of the person sitting the farthest, and I am gingerly trying to reach for a dinner roll because I have a light appetite. I'm a college student. I eat one meal a day, and everyone else is just. It got really messy. There was food everywhere. I had to shower. The only showers they have in Asgard is in goat's blood. Old ways, old gods don't understand. So here's me the next morning. Click. So I like to think that comedy and theater are kind of a fusion. You know, so I asked them, could you show me some type of act or theatrical thing that would happen when your people still worshipped you? And so they were like, oh, sure, you know, and turns out the only thing they have back then are tragedies. And again, the second reason why they are no longer worshipped is because in half of these theatrical tragedies, they actually kill people. And I would show you, I have a gigantic scar right under my sternum where I was stabbed. They stabbed me under my sternum. Never go anywhere where people will stab you under your sternum. It feels very unpleasant. I mean, otherwise, these two, they were fantastic. If they were in Shakespearean times, they fucking probably did Shakespeare theater. But, yeah. So there's nothing funny about this at all. I got stabbed. Shakespeare's dry as fuck. So after they patched me up and I woke up about 2 weeks later, I asked them, okay, thanks to the theater, but do you have anything funny? Anything you can offer me? A joke, a jest, a fool, a court jester, and this is what they had to show me. Click. This part was actually really, really fun. So they told me, sure, Jeff, just look over there, and oh, was that a penny? And you know, there was a penny on the ground, so I was like, oh, cool, a penny. And then they jumped on top of me, and they're like, yeah! And then it was like I was in the Wild Wild West. It was fucking insane. I was like, jumping around and being like, I'm an ox. And then right on top of you being like, I'm riding you. Unbeknownst to me, that's how things be. Because gods don't mate like normal people. Like, I read about this when I came back. Zeus like ate somebody and then birthed people out of his forehead. So what's actually happening here, it's kind of like the female anglerfish and the male anglerfish. The male anglerfish is like, ooh, a female. Nuzzle, and then the female is like, fuse with me! So that kind of, he like fused into my body. Never end the scene. They gave me moving pictures. And yeah, so he kind of fused with me, and like he got off me. I was like, what's going on? Where'd he go? And everyone else was just like. Yeah, I got back down from the mountain that Asgard was on, and the next time I went to the bathroom, I like shat out a whole new host of gods. Yeah, I mean they're doing me well. So thanks for listening, everybody. That's my presentation on Asgard, and have a good time.
That, of course, is why you've never traveled to the heathen lands. But, well, we have another game for you tonight. One of our staples, Comedy Cube. Hart and Sir Matthew on stage. Oh, you're Matthew. Yeah, you're Matthew. You just said that. Yeah. Now, I know that we live before science, but does this look like a cube to you? Okay. Very good.
Still not a cube.
It's another one. Now, of course, the way Comedy Cube here works is our humorologist of Central has to steal down comedy to its purest essence, a square. Now, the way it works is each face of a square is going to be its own individual scene with its own individual suggestion. So, what I need now is a suggestion for a place. A one-word suggestion. That's not a one word, I'm sorry.
The Cabbage Patch.
Not a one word.
DMV.
Bravo.
Amnesia.
Amnesia. Now, for them, I need a suggestion of a profession.
Dentist.
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 Right? Now, I need a suggestion of a color. Use. Now, I need a one-word suggestion of an action. Wait.
Miming.
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 What is your suggestion?
Amnesia.
Right. What is your suggestion?
The dentist.
Okay. What is your suggestion?
Pubes.
What is your suggestion?
Miming.
Very well. Whenever you're ready. Rotate right and tally-ho!
All right. Honestly, I think it's good. I just think there's not enough weapons. Are you sure you can't do something, maybe put some weapons into it, make it really scary?
Okay, how about this for a weapon? You run, and then you hide in a closet.
I am very sorry, sir. I don't know what you thought EA Games published. You can't have a game where you just run into a closet. You need aliens.
Okay, how about this? How about this?
Aliens.
How about this? No aliens, but you turn out your lantern.
I'm very sorry, sir. I think you either need aliens, alien sex, sex. No, those are the three things. One of those are.
All right, how about a compromise? You hide in the closet, you turn out your lantern.
And then you have sex with the lantern?
Yes. Hey, welcome to the dentist.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Do you need to get dental work done?
I do. You see, I'm a dentist and I cannot do it myself.
Please sit in our chair. I'm sorry, you're wearing dentures. Those aren't real teeth.
I didn't know. I just remember when I was 3, my mom just shoved some teeth in my mouth. I was like, this is real, Johnny, it's real.
No, you're saying it wrong. It's pews. We sit in the pews, not the puce. No, you're from Ireland. So you can say it right, okay? Pews. The pew. If we're going to worship our Almighty Father, or mother. If you believe in the motherly mother that mothers us all, then you have to say it right. She gets offended. Pew. Good. Almost. Yes. You want to turn that K into more of a Z. Zebra. Where you're going with that? She does love zebras. She'll probably take that and run with it the same way you would run with the zebras in our annual ritual.
Zebras in your ritual?
Oh yeah, it's great. You got 4 zebras and 2 people per 4 zebras, and you run down the road, and then everyone gives you like a salutation.
Now, can I volunteer to be a zebra? I enjoy painting myself black and white. I feel like I can really contribute to that.
Rotate left.
No, not real tooth.
What about this one?
That's actually a gold tooth. Close. Just kidding. It's still dentures.
Alright, what if I take out my gold tooth and I give it to you and you give me all your teeth?
What if? Okay. That's not a gold tooth, so that won't work. I have an idea. I have another friend who also doesn't have teeth.
Alright.
So
he can give me his teeth and then I'll have real teeth.
Exactly.
Yes! Well, that's one. Okay, let's go.
Rotate right 180. Here's what I got. I think I've solved miming. It's too subtle. What if we explained everything we were doing as we were doing it with yelling? The fuck is this? It's nothing. It's a wall, it's a wall, it's a wall, corner, top, bottom. Like, people will be able to tell that from a distance and they'll be like, whoa, that miming's so badass. That's how we do like stadium shows with the miming, and we can add like special effects and stuff. How do you feel about this mime?
So let me try. So like, if I'm fishing, I'm fishing. You're a fish, you're a fish.
I'm a fish.
My hook goes into your
funny.
cheek. You're a
Fish dad. Fish dad.
And then I bring you in and you're my fish.
I'm your
Everybody
fish. I think this is gonna go over really well.
Okay. So once we get the monster trucks with the stripper poles in the closet.
It's good, it's good.
And the aliens come in to sodomize the strippers.
With the trucks and the aliens, you forgot about that. Yeah, keep going. They're all sodomizing each other.
Then we hide and turn out the lantern.
Oh yeah, that is great. But what is going to be downloadable? We need something. What about more trucks, or maybe a blue truck or something? I mean, have you considered that? Have you considered it?
I have considered it.
Have you?
I have not considered it.
I didn't think so. See, we at EA know that 3 things that need to happen. A, aliens need to get fucked. And we've gone over that. We've got a lot going on with that. B, you need to download stuff. And C, there's really nothing else.
Yes. And then you go in the closet, turn out the light.
Right, you really into this white closet thing.
Okay. I finally solved my problem. I had this block of chiclets. I'm just gonna stick in my mouth, and then I can finally have real teeth. Right?
Yes. Except you might choke on them and die.
Be in my digestive system for 7 years.
7 years? Because that's a real thing.
Alright. What if I get piano teeth, and then I can stick in my mouth, okay, and it sounds like the rest, but also I can play Beethoven.
So that will work.
Okay.
Except that we need to find a piano.
Conveniently, you have one right here.
I do conveniently have one right here. Here, let's pull out the teeth. All right, now we just need to shove these in your face. Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh!
So yeah, it's selling like fucking crazy. No one is going to return this game for at least 24 hours. I think we've made a significant advancement to the field of gaming. But, and this is just a small thing, I think we've made a huge mistake and should completely change everything with one more downloadable content pack. But, and here's the complicated part, it's going to be all about a lamp in a closet. That's my idea.
That's brilliant!
Thank you.
I love it!
Now,
Where are the aliens?
what aliens were a bad idea. You gave me a bad idea.
So we can take this to a whole new level and not even move, but just mime
Yes.
what we're thinking.
Tell them what we're thinking we do. Right, okay, let's do that thing with the lasso thing. All right, here we go. Twirling the lasso, throwing the lasso, caught you.
You caught me with the lasso.
I caught you with the lasso. I'm reeling you in with the lasso.
You're reeling me in with the lasso.
Gotcha. All right, I think that was pretty solid. Let's try the thing where I give you a high five and then shoot you with a gun.
All right.
The guy getting shot. Remember that.
I'm the guy getting
All
shot.
right, first, get ready for the high five.
Get ready for the high fives.
Line it up.
Lining up.
Looking at your elbow.
I look at your eyes.
Whoa! Make the high five. Boom. You run away.
I run away.
Run fast.
Really fast.
Because I pull out my gun.
Why am I running so fast?
I'm gonna shoot at you.
I don't think this is a good idea.
I'm just miming. It's not real.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive.
Okay.
I know you're trapped in the illusion because of how well we're video miming this with our words and the actions.
My favorite part is that everybody understands exactly what we're doing.
100%. I think we should do this in Spanish for people that don't speak English.
Claro.
So how do we keep all the zebras, lions, and gazelles from shitting all over this church?
We decided it's okay for them to shit all over the church, and we're just gonna hire handymen to sweep up all the shit.
How do we stop the handyman from taking a shit all over the church?
We make sure to hire good handymen. The best handymen don't take shits in church. They take shits in the street, outside of the church.
That's clever. I can see how this Animal Kingdom church will finally work.
Alright. So you're gonna dress up like a zebra, right?
Of course.
And paint stripes on your face.
Of course.
And the rest of your body. Are you going to be wearing clothes?
Optional?
So, Yahoo Answers does not know how to get those piano keys out of your mouth. But if you look at this really funny one, this guy's still waiting for his period. Alright, I think if we try Craigslist, we'll be able to find a piano key remover from your mouth. Okay, not finding this on Craigslist. Men seeking men. Let's look at this. Well, this guy will do some cool things with those piano keys. Ding ding. Oh no. Okay, so I may have crashed my computer by going on the Men Seeking Men on Craigslist. And I think those are going to be stuck in your mouth forever. Da, 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 da.
Hasn't that been quite a lot of fun so far, everybody? We've all been enjoying ourselves, doing the same old kind of games we've done in our past improv shows, which we love and we know that you love. But we're here at Off Center because we go to the Innovation University. All about innovation. So, we have decided to give you something a little new for this improv show, a closing act, if you will, to tie it all together. So, will everybody please come on stage? Past few weeks, all of my brave improv nights. Everybody, sit down. You, all you and yours. Now, for the past few weeks, we have been tirelessly working to perfect the art of long-form improv. For those of you who don't know, long-form improv, rather than relying on games and structures like we have been for the rest of the show, is simply we take a suggestion, I do a monologue, and these improvers will do scenes based on the things I say in my monologue. No structure beyond what they give it themselves. It's very difficult, but also, we think, quite hilarious. Not yet. So, without further ado, let's take a suggestion.
Come on. Jaws. Gotta do it. Jaws.
I'm going to drop the accent because it's hard to monologue. So, Jaws. That reminds me of all of the dental problems I've had in my life. I had my teeth replaced with piano key now. Me too. Like most of us, I was sent to the orthodontist by the dentist when I was 11, 12, something like that. And of course I had braces, but beyond just braces, I had to have a palate expander, which if you have not had one of those, well, you're lucky because they fucking suck. Palate expander is a thing on the roof of your mouth with a little key, and every night you have to sit back as someone jams the key into the thing on your roof of your mouth and turns it, pushing out the bones in your upper jaw to make your mouth bigger so all of your teeth will fit. It is exactly as painful as it sounds. Both myself and my older sister had to have that done. Oddly enough, not my little sister. She has braces now, which she is getting off soon, but she never had to have a palate expander, so I hate her. My dentist actually, my orthodontist rather, I always thought when I was younger, it looked a lot like Ryan Stiles. Anyway, which was really strange, because that's not the celebrity impersonation you hear very often. Ooh, that guy looks like Steve Buscemi. Not, oh, that guy looks like Ryan Stiles. But yeah, he really did. He even had the crazy shoes. He would wear these weirdly, bizarrely colored shoes. Light Robin's ain't blue, but with yellow trimming or something. He always wear on the show. I don't know if you remember. But yeah. That's my Jaws story.
Man, this painting could be so good if only it had more colors. This palette does not suffice.
Did somebody say colors?
Yeah, I said other stuff too. That was in the general what?
Because I'm Captain Color.
Well, Captain Color, can you help me by expanding my palette? My God! Wow! This didn't help at all! All right, Ted. Are you ready?
I am ready.
I'm gonna take this hammer,
And that makes us best friends.
I know! The best part about it is it's gonna be as painful as it sounds! You ready?
Yep.
Boys, it's dinner time!
Not now, Ma! I'm becoming friends with John!
Dinner's getting cold now.
We're trying to do something. Can you please deal with your mother?
Ma! Go away! I hate you!
It will be good with your braces.
Wait, does your mom want to be friends with us?
Ma! You want to be friends with us?
I've been waiting for this my whole life.
Come here. Alright. So what we're gonna do, put your hand down. Put your hand down.
Yours?
Yes.
Okay, dear.
Okay, now hit it with the hammer.
Oh wait, I'm gonna get on this too, but because it's my idea, I'm the foundation.
And I am the glue holding this together, so you're on top.
Yes, what is it?
I want to ask you a question about these shoes you're trying to sell me here.
All right, what's the question?
Why? Who needs shoes that look like that?
I thought that the shoe that looks like a tongue is very appropriate. I mean, shoe tongue, actual tongue, and it's actually a little wet, so it actually is incredibly realistic.
What am I going to do with a wet foot? No, never mind, never mind. I think that shoe was a problem, but that was not the shoe I was referring to. Clearly, that shoe has a stupid plan to it. I'm talking about that shoe.
How could you insult this shoe, the pinnacle of our store? Why do you not appreciate tie-dye shoes that are made with only the color black?
It was just really confusing because it was all black. Now you explain it, I actually quite stupid. How expensive are these shoes?
All your money.
All of my money? That's pretty expensive. How expensive are the tongue shoes?
Half of your money.
Okay.
We put it on a layaway though, and after the loans, it'll be all of your money.
Those shoes over there,
Yes.
they strike me as possibly the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Fabric they're made out of.
Well, that'd be because of the mirror of your face. But we can put that on a shoe, so you can just kick your face around a little bit.
And my face will be the shoe.
Yes.
So I'll be able to see out of the shoe.
Yes.
And I'll be able to eat out of the shoe.
Yes.
And this will just be a mess.
Basically, you don't even need your face anymore. You can just think through your shoes and operate everything through shoes.
I knew that this was where shoe technology was going. But I did not think we'd get here this quick. All right, let's do the shoe procedure where you craft my face onto a shoe. The first step seems obvious, right? Get a shoe.
Yeah.
You got it.
Esteemed colleagues Greg and Lisa,
Yeah, Lisa, that's me.
I would like to introduce to you Barry. No one knows.
I'll tell Barry Greg what happened. Oh, hey, Steve, what's up?
Esteemed colleagues
Yeah, that's me.
of the Orthodontists Board,
Yes.
I would like to introduce to you our new president, Jigsaw. He has some really innovative techniques for our orthodontist profession, and he brought a few charts to show us, a few charts and graphs and pictures, and it's really funny because a lot of them involve wrought iron and keys and screaming. Yeah.
This voice. Yeah. I'm sorry, I have a cold. Wrought iron is the best material for orthodontal equipment because it lasts the longest. Trust me, I'm working with Steven's Technogenesis on this. I said it will work. All right.
So we also found a way to boost morale of people at, orthodontist. Because let's face it, they're scared, they're in pain, they have keys jabbed into the roof of their mouths. So we play games with them.
How would you like us to start the games?
You know what? I would like to play a game
that's
to show you how we play games. So if you could just wear this for me.
This is hard to see out of. I can't see anything. And also, I had a few other questions. I was looking at the handout you gave us, and apparently we're more involved in teeth. You're more involved in valuing human life.
Yeah! You'd be surprised how closely they come together.
Now that I'm inside this big helmet, really nothing matters.
No, it does not. So much you value your life right now.
I value it plenty. Plenty.
Now, all right, now that's all fine and dandy, but I feel like if you're trying to cure these people of their fear and hatred of orthodontistry, why would you start the game by they just walk in and you just surprise them behind surprise helmet of death? I don't see
surprises. Absolutely.
Answer my question, dickweed. What he said.
I'm just saying, he says that he has lack of vision and there's pointy things coming out of it and this giant spring seems not healthy.
I understand, but to be fair, braces don't seem that healthy where you look at them to begin with, so makes sense.
So you saying we just put the braces on this helmet?
Yes. I have another problem with your plan. So it says that you're going to perform a very gruesome and difficult procedure, right?
Yeah.
And then, after that, you're going to do the same thing again. Then again.
Yeah.
Then in 3D. Then
Jimmy, take a seat. I know you're scared of the dentist. I know you're scared, but it's okay. Just open your mouth. Open your mouth. It's okay. I'm your friend. Hold out your hand. Hold out your hand. Hold out your hand. Nurse, take the sledgehammer. No, sit down. We're gonna play a game afterward. And you'll get a palate expander.
So fun!
So Alex, did you notice anything different? I'm not afraid I do. Well, it's hard to tell, I guess. I've had my palate expanded. Now, 7 feet around. Very long palate, I know. And now, I'm going to attempt something that I've never attempted before. You, with your normal human palate, could never do this. But I, with my giant gator palate, I have a shot. I'm going to swallow you whole. I was going to say haircut. After I swallow you whole, I was planning on getting a haircut. It's getting kind of long. But first, what I need you to do is lay down on your back. Okay. Yep. Don't ask any questions. All right, you can ask one question. Go for it.
Does this hurt?
Yes. It hurts both of us, but not me as much as my palate expansion. Are you ready? I'm going to start the other side. You weren't eating it, did you?
I got all this on camera.
I was just going to start now.
It's going to be an awesome YouTube video.
There is nothing on YouTube like this. Nothing remotely like this. So here we go. First, we're going to start with 1 foot. We're going to start with 1 foot for the palate expanding eating thing.
He's starting with 1 foot.
Turn it upside down. Yeah.
Help me, YouTube! He's saying help him? I think he's scared. Here we go. He's not.
Foot 1. What kind of shoes are these? I practiced on plastic and then I
1 week earlier, man eating another person with his palate expanded. Nothing
This is bullshit.
Jenny, I need you, Jenny. Jenny.
What is it?
Okay, listen. You know how we got you braces to keep your ugly as shit?
Yeah.
Now, I still think you're a little too short to be acceptable in society, so I got you a body expander. So what you're going to do is you're going to get hooked up in this, and you'll notice it's a lot like a 17th century stretcher. I assure you that is exactly what it is. So you're going to stay in that every single day for the next 6 months, and before you go to sleep, you're going to turn this key in front of you. Oh, wait.
Oh, wait. How am I going to turn the key?
Hey, little sis.
Oh, no.
Your
brother's here to help.
When I was little, I would do the exact same process. And if you don't do this, I will hate you.
Just to reaffirm that I would hate him if he left, I cut him, and then he learned his lesson. So I will cut you. All right. So do you want to help her? You want to make sure you turn the key every night for her?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Why don't you start right now? Just turn the key.
Absolutely.
Here's the key. Just stick it there and go. Oh, you look beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You can be a movie star, movie star. Give me a movie star in a wheelchair, movie star in a wheelchair. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's all for tonight. Let's leave.
Hey, Louie! Louie, get out of here.
Yeah.
Frank, you can come too. Yes, so I got this shipment down the docks, but I'm having trouble moving all of it, on time.
Oh yeah, what seems to be the problem there?
Well, they came on these pallets.
You ain't got no forklift or something.
Well, yeah, and they're a little small.
Sounds like you need a pallet expander.
I don't need to expand my pallets.
Well, they sell that crap nowadays.
Do they really?
I don't believe what you had in the pallet.
I got one in the trunk of my car.
I got a pallet expander in the
Right next to the jumper cables.
Wait till you see this thing.
Okay. It's gonna be fucking cool.
I can't wait till we see this thing.
It's a massive key. I was like, hey buddy, can I get a pallet expander? He's like, yeah, here's the big key. I was like, that's awesome. Give it a boy.
Sweet mother of God.
Sweet mother guy. Okay.
Bring me one of them pallets.
Oh, they're small.
Small as hell. I apply my pallet expander. And I do this for 80 hours.
Hey, it worked. Good, excellent. But guys, I'm also having another problem. I just don't really appreciate that much music. If only I could appreciate more music. If only my artistic palette was artsy.
Did somebody say artistic palette?
It's been so simple without them shoes. No shoes and no colors in my life. It's nice and simple. I've been thinking I should make something more interesting and invent something, but I'm not quite sure what the future people will like.
Well, I'm an engineer. I can help you.
You're an engineer?
Absolutely.
What do engineers do?
Well, engineers, they use math to solve problems.
I've been looking for some math because I need to invent something.
Well, here's how we start. You have 5 toes, and you have 5 more toes. The derivative of 10 is 0.
That's real smart of you.
Thank you. I went to school for 4 years. How do you like those new Zero shoes?
You like my shoes? Those are some interesting shoes you got there. You see, I heard you were trying to invent something. I'm a hum major. Can you both help me? Well, my major's completely useless. Well, I think...
I'm glad you were able to come here, Professor Oak, on such short notice.
Problem is,
that we're gonna get married, but right before, you know, the big day, there's something I want us to do to experience each other.
What is it, Earl?
Well, we have to put our hands out here. Now, in order to make this marriage as special to me as it is going to be to you, I'm going to have to take this industrial staple gun and staple our hands.
Hold on. This one would make more sense.
Are you ready?
Oh, I guess so.
I just want to let you know, Janet, it's going to hurt as much as you think it is.
I'm sure it will, honey. I'm sure.
All right. Is there anyone else in your family who want to get in on this?
I think my brother Jim. Jim is here. What a coincidence!
I've been stalking you this whole time.
Jim, how completely uncalled for.
Hey, I'm inappropriate.
Well, you see, Janet and I are about to get married, and we're going to have a marriage pact, but, you know, we need a witness, okay? So what we need is for everyone to put their hands out on this table. Now, I'm going to take this industrial staple gun, and I'm going to staple all of our hands.
What about your juggling career?
There's an epidemic sweeping across the whole stage of improv comedy. All around, people seem to think that it's funny to speak with the southern accent.
Sure thing, boss.
Darn tune. Ain't gonna stand for this, ain't no longer. Contrary to popular belief, I do not sound like this.
Ain't gonna sound like this no one bit ain't.
That wasn't even words.
You guys are funny as shit. This is definitely very funny.
I'm not speaking with an accent.
I know, but it's great. I think whatever this is right now is beautiful.
Oh, fantastic.
We have found comedy gold. Let's drain it out. Speak some words.
I hope you all get some fashion of venereal disease.
I think we found the problem. I've looked up the definition of palate, but there's no more definitions we can use.
Wait, I know who can help me with this. I've been palling around with some TV personalities, and here's my friend. The only problem is he's a midget. If only you were taller.
Sure. Pal, in. You want it expanded.
Yes.
Can be found in the ancient Japanese art of Tai Chi, or as some nations call it, ki. Them my ki, and that will expand them. But make sure to turn my ki.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, God.
Only 8,000 more times.
Never say palate extender.